Ask Dream. Thank you so much for 10,000 subscribers. Unbelievable amount of growth over a very short amount of time. But if you are a part of the 90% who aren't subscribed, make sure you do. And let's get to 100k by the end of the year. So in case you didn't know, Ask Dream was trending as a hashtag on Twitter. This actually happened overnight. Why, you might ask? Well, it might have something to do with the fact that Dream, the Holy Grail, the best Minecraft speedrunner on the planet, personal opinion, was streaming on Twitch. And now, this is the first time he's actually streamed on Twitch for around a month. And as you can imagine, people rushed to the stream. Over 1 million people watching him at any given time. And well, what he promised people was that in between his speedruns attempts, he was going to answer one question. And to ask that question, you had to go on Twitter and put hashtag Ask Dream. Well, the whole point of this video is I have found my favorite questions / not really questions, and we're going to take a look at just how crazy some of his fans are in the best way possible, obviously. So the first one that I found at the very top was by Copper Ingots, and they put hashtag Ask Dream, thoughts on George in it. And this picture here is one of my favorites. It got 2,500 likes after I just screenshotted this. As you can see, it's George Not Found and Tommy in it if they had a love child, and this is, I just think this picture is perfect. And Dream didn't actually ask this, and I just wish he had seen it. I'm sure he has if he just even looks at the hashtag and think this was number one. So next we're going to take a look at this. Jeong put on Twitter, Ask Dream, when's the next album coming out? And they put Ed Sheeran wearing his jumper. Now in case you didn't know, this like weird rumor started where people thought that Dream was actually Ed Sheeran, and it's a crazy thing. Obviously he's American, but it's just funny that they've put this out there. Now next up, someone's actually tried to get some more information about him, and they put, Ask Dream, sir, it's for the artists. Which one of these hairstyles is closest to yours? So they're asking this because they draw a lot of fan art of Dream, and they want to know what kind of hairstyle he actually has. And obviously Dream didn't answer this because it would just give away too much information. He loves the drama around what he looks like in his appearance, but this should have been answered, and I'm really sad that it actually wasn't. Next up was my favorite, and this was actually by Rambo. Rambo put this, would you ever consider making this merch? It's so good and would sell out so quick. Now I think this merch is actually some of my favorite that I've ever seen from any content creator. It's exactly on his brand, but it also matches into Dream's brand, and it's just a really nice illustration of the crown on the jumper as well. So that was one of my favorites. Then next up you got the Dream socks, stay on during blank. These are actually kind of cool. It's not something that I personally get, but I think these are just really creative. Obviously his fan base really are passionate about just asking him anything, finding out some more information about someone who they love watching. Now next up we got this one. This one was from Mimsy, and they put, do you like slug owner? Hashtag Ask Dream. This one's just really good. I just really love the illustration on this. This was one of my favorites actually, because a lot of pictures were very weird and not safe for work, but ones like this I thought took a lot of skill, a lot of love, and a lot of time. Then we had this by Aurelie. Ask Dream, do you make food for Patches but eat fast food like every day? So in case you didn't know, Dream has actually spoke about how much he enjoys fast food and really doesn't enjoy making his food, but his love for his cat is so strong. His cat is obviously called Patches, and they're just saying, do you make food for Patches and just get takeaway for yourself? Then Jesse put, wise words of Tommy in it. Where is foot? So in case you didn't know, when Dream back in 2019, he put foot reveal at 100k, and he never followed on this promise. So I think this, obviously, none of these, by the way, were answered, and I'll go into why in a second, but it would have just been so good to just follow this through, just for the meme culture. It would have been amazing to get a foot reveal. Then next up, people were actually sending Dream. This one was actually answered at the end of his stream, but someone actually made a Dream plush, and at the end of his stream he said he would really consider getting Dream plushes made because he thinks they would just do really well with his fan base. I think these would do extremely well, especially little like keychains and stuff like that. There's so much merch that he can do, but obviously it's a lot of money and the current situation. I don't really know how that would work. But the next one was Ask Dream, thoughts on you in the Sadist animatic. This one is really nice. I wish it was actually coloured in. This kind of turned into an Ask Dream fan art kind of post, but just some of them were so cool I had to show you guys because I know that you appreciate this sort of stuff. And as you can see, it's just really clean. They should definitely finish this though, because I definitely watch that or even read it if it turned into a comic. Next up, Ask Dream is #1 on trending. Please pay attention to us. Dream has answered like 10 questions, but 30,500 tweets asking Dream questions. So this is my point. Dream answered one question per attempt and only did 12 attempts in total in about 2 hours of his live stream, meaning he answered 12 questions in total, and obviously a lot of them he just didn't answer, and people were getting frustrated because a lot of the questions that were top on Twitter he just ignored, which is kind of annoying. I completely agree, but he has to be very select on what he answers, and everything he kind of answers, everything he does is basically really thoughtful behind his whole brand and his image, so I get why he does that. Next up, someone asked something that I found really interesting, and it was by Nico. Asked Dream, why did you keep doing that hand thing in the MrBeast face reveal era? Now, in case you didn't know, like during that whole face reveal, he kept clenching his fist. Now, a lot of people in the comments were kind of speculating on this. I think it's an anxiety slash kind of nervous twitch, or just something you do when you're a bit nervous. Obviously, he really doesn't want to show his face. I don't think he ever will. His identity is not something that he wants to put out there. If he ever does, I'd be very surprised. And the reasons why are basically security and safety for him and his family, which I've gone into in like 2 other videos. But I think it's a really interesting point because anything that we've got on him is so subtle that we want to find out the minuscule details around Dream. And then we're going to finish this video off with the Dream spider. This one just makes me laugh because it's just Dream, but they flipped him upside down, flipped the face around, and then put his legs out like spider legs. I just think it looks really cool. And I actually think that this should be kind of some sort of pet that they introduce into the Dream lore. That would just be awesome. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Thank you so much, honestly, for 10k. We're actually close to 10,500. We've gained like 500 a day for the past week. But thank you so much for your support, guys. As always, it's been Bitter. Much love and peace.